Hello, welcome back to
1001 Bits to Try
Before You Go Away. Correct. This is very correct. This is our last beer review of this particular session. And
good, but also bad.
That's right, because we have more beer off this. It's fine, which are not reviewable, but that's fine. So this is another beer from Mr. Simon Diebel. Thank you very much. It's from Denmark. First brewed 2007. It's 9.5%.
This is why we're finishing on it.
It is Midtfyns Imperial Stout. And it's a 500ml bottle.
It's a big old
It's a
boy.
big old. It's a big
glad
boy.
There's three of us here.
It's a chunky boy.
Yeah, it is.
It's
Very nice label if you're going to do.
Yeah, quite like it. Quite like the swords.
Big Impy Stout. It's got that sort of feel for it. It's
the swords are nice.
Gold and swords and stuff. It looks like it's going to be a good one.
Yeah. So I will talk about that if you pour it. That'd be great. That's my bottle.
There's also a lot of English on the side of the bottle to have a look at in a minute. Have you seen that already?
There's a reason for that, and I'll tell you about that in a bit. So tasting notes: dark with a coffee head. Imperial Stout has an initial aroma of roasted malt with caramel and milk chocolate that makes way for a balanced chocolate sweetness in the mouth ahead of the beer's moderate bitterness and a finish of dried fruit, smoke, and oakiness.
Ooh, okay. Well, there's a lot of things in there that sound nice.
Yes. Shall I drag you the other glass there? There you go.
Oh, that would be handy. Thanks. How much?
Make sure our silent partner gets some.
How much, silent partner? Given that you're working tomorrow afternoon.
That's fine.
Is that all right?
Is it charged? I doubt it. Doesn't look like it.
I think it has been, but not much.
Okay, well we'll come back to that.
I think there's enough here to keep us going.
Shall I also? Do you want to read the English bit there actually while we're
in my best Danish accent?
No, because it's in English.
Yeah, but it's written in Danish, right? Danish person.
No, because there's also Danish there. The version of it in Danish. So you want to write. You want to speak about it. You only want to do a Danish accent if you're speaking Danish.
But a Danish person speaking English would do it in Danish.
Yes, but as I'm going to tell you about in the bump. The brewer is American.
Oh, that's why. I'm thinking, I can't do a Danish accent. Okay. Midtfyns Imperial Stout is a dark, full-bodied beer.
Just do it in English, man.
With a rich, creamy head, it's brewed from a blend of roasted malt varieties and is aged with oak wood to enrich the fullness of the taste. This beer has a powerful oak, coffee, bitter, chocolate, and vanilla character. Enjoy Midtfyns. I'm probably completely mangling how this is actually pronounced, but whatever. With strong cheese, game, or chocolate desserts. It's also perfect served in a cognac glass. Oh, well, never mind. When it's time to put your feet up and relax in front of the fireplace. Unfiltered and unpasteurized. That probably explains why. So it's not necessarily charged, but there's a little bit of gunk at the bottom because it's unfiltered. So
okay,
that makes sense.
Right. It is dark.
There's a little bit of rubiness. It's not quite as dark as the other Danish one we had earlier. That looked darker to me. There's a little ruby red edge.
The smell is lighter than I would have thought. Not much smell at all.
That smells like it's about half the ABV.
But I suspect
9.5%.
Well, I tell you what, if this does not taste boozy, I'll be very impressed. Should we go for the taste?
When you spill it around a bit more, comes out. But again, it's not that bang like you get from some of the other high ones.
No, get a bit more, with the Swiss and right. Cheers.
It does not taste the ABV.
No, that is very well balanced.
Right at the back, when it goes down, it's there, but it's almost like a really good whiskey.
Yeah,
where you don't get the burn at the front. You just get that warmth going down the back.
I'm getting sweetness, but the whole thing is quite well balanced.
It is
not to the Imperial Stouts that I know. But that's not a bad thing.
Yeah,
it's pleasant.
It's got a kind of slightly burnt
start. I'm getting this kind of slightly bitter aftertaste that's going in my mouth now, which is not unpleasant.
It does lack a lot of base flavours.
Yeah.
It's surprisingly, the flavours are very around the mid-range. The actual, given the strength of it, I was expecting like a big hold together, but it's not really there. It's
I was
not
expecting a punch in the face from this.
yes, it's certainly, given this, it's got more booze in it than the Limfolds Wood beer from earlier that was also from Denmark, and it doesn't taste anywhere near as hefty.
No, it's quite light,
It is quite light.
which is bizarre.
So I suppose you could say that's impressively brewed on one sense, but I have to admit, I was expecting
I was actually
a bit more on the
yeah.
taste.
I was
a little
expecting
bit more.
I was expecting more body. It's
Body.
quite thin.
Yeah,
But it's not a bad beer. It's quite pleasant.
no, you could accidentally get quite
Tipsy on that.
yeah, because you could. It's going down quite fast because it's quite nice and it's quite gluggable.
Yes.
But there isn't much to stop you.
Would you like to learn more about the beer and the brewery?
I would love
So,
to. Let's
so
have a
the
lesson.
brewery was set up in 2005 by two local businessmen. It's from the, by the way, it's from the island in the middle of Denmark, and you can see from the back where the island is. There's an island in the middle of Denmark.
He's busy pointing it to me, but you punters need to
Can you
see where he's talking
the island
about
is called, I think, where is it? It says here, Funen.
Funen.
And basically set up by two businessmen. They chose to brew. They were hoping to capitalise on the growing demand for microbrewed beer. They chose to brew Scottish ales under licence, but failed to win over the local palates with the flat, unpasteurised beer. They sold the brewery in 2006 to Eddie Svader and a partner. He was from America. And they basically... He previously worked in Denmark selling jam and wine.
Fair enough.
But basically, it's taken every opportunity to speak and promote the brewery to the local population. Within a year, Eddie and brewmaster Jan Thargard Jensen had 2 beers in the Danish Beer Enthusiast Beer of the Year competition, and Imperial Stout won New Beer of the Year award. So there we go. I mean, it's quite fascinating because it looks like it's kind of like a really traditional beer. They've clearly gone for some traditional label, but it's actually quite a new brewery.
Yeah.
This beer, 2007. I realise that's, almost 20 years ago, but I feel like anything in the 2000s in this book is new.
Yeah,
right?
essentially for this book it is.
When you have a lot of the beers in this book which are from the turn of the 20th century.
Yeah, or sort of just post-war. Yeah, this is definitely on
This is still one of the newer
juvenile side.
Well, the fact that the history of it, they were hoping to capitalise on the growing demand for microbrewed beer, that itself reveals its reveals its age, doesn't it? A lot of the beers, I mean, even just looking through the book, a lot of them are from, in the 2000s. But I just randomly opened that Old Peculiar there.
Yeah.
First brewed 1890, right? Yeah, very different scenario compared to 2007. But
lovely beer, Old Peculiar.
well, yes, indeed. Yes, that's a different kettle of fish, isn't it? But this is good.
Yeah, as a standalone beer, I am enjoying it, and it's nice. But I think, like I said, I just feel like I'm expecting a little bit more.
Yeah, it lacks punch.
It isn't quite there.
It lacks a punch. It needs more oomph.
Yeah,
For an Imperial Stout, it needs more oomph and more zhuzh, I think. It's just a bit...
It's a little thin, I think.
Yeah, I think what's disappointing is that if this has just been billed as like a regular porter, I would have thought, oh, this is nice.
Yeah.
But it got billed as an Imperial Stout, and it's got swords through the words Imperial Stout. I'm like, oh, you're going to be punched in the face by this beer.
It's got big swords.
Yeah, but it's fine.
But it doesn't quite live up to that.
No,
but it's perfectly nice. And I would happily have it again.
Yeah, if this was, I wouldn't mind this. I reckon this would be nice draft. Keg or cask. It'd be pretty nice. But yeah, it's not quite what I was expecting.
Yeah, it's one that you enjoy, but it doesn't live on in the memory. I suspect it'll be one that we won't be talking about.
No, Tanya, your views? She just shrugged. Okay, good.
She's having a gulp. I think she's gathering her Tanya thoughts.
Yeah, she's just shaking her head and shrugging.
Shruggy.
Yeah, I think that correlates with our views. It's fine.
It's nice.
It's quite.
Nice.
Oh, it's nice. It is really nice. but
But it doesn't quite live up to the style of which it's been.
no, it needs more of a punch.
Yeah.
I think we'll leave that one there. We've hit the 10-minute mark. I think that's
10
plenty.
minutes of rambling,
Plenty to wax on about. Like, comment, subscribe. I don't know when I'll have any more beers to review, but I'm sure there will be
Next time I go on holiday, probably.
Yeah, probably. Or there is going to be a special event in November for 1001 beer topers. Yes,
Ooh.
we will see. Speak to you again in the near to mid future. Say goodbye, Quino.
Goodbye, Quino.